Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Deacon and Taylor's sudden spark, Sheila's lies, and Thomas on the brink in the tangled world of the Bold and the Beautiful. No relationship ever stays in one lane for too long. Loyalties shift, secrets implode, and alliances are built on foundations as unstable as the characters who form them. And now, all eyes are turning toward a surprising duo whose paths are about to collide in the most unexpected. D-Way, Deacon Sharp, and Dr. Taylor Hayes. It's a pairing no one predicted, but one that may be exactly what's coming next on B&B. Just as Luna Nozawa's survival sends shockwaves through Los Angeles, Sheila Carter's lies threaten to destroy everything, and Thomas Forrester spirals out of control while his mother looks the other way. Deacon Sharp's world is about to crumble for months. Deacon has tried to believe that his relationship with Sheila Carter was real, stable even. She was flawed, sure, but she had changed, or so she claimed. He bought into her redemption arc, chose her over his daughter's trust, and defended her when the rest of Los Angeles labeled her as a lost cause. He stood by her through scandal and suspicion. He believed in her, but now everything is falling apart. Luna Nozawa, the girl everyone thought was dead, is alive, and Sheila knew the truth the whole time. She lied. She manipulated. She twisted the truth not only to protect herself, but to keep Deacon loyal and close. The man who fought for redemption himself has now found himself shackled to a woman who will never change. When the dust settles, it's likely Deacon will sever ties with Sheila for good. Not just because of the lie, but because of what that lie cost him. Luna's survival is a turning point, a line Sheila crossed, and Deacon is finally ready to admit that he's been played. But when you cut ties with the devil, who do you turn to for comfort? Enter Taylor Hayes, a shoulder, a healer, a temptation doctor. Taylor Hayes has always been a complex figure in the Bold and the Beautiful, intelligent, composed, deeply empathetic, but often consumed by her own emotional conflicts. Longtime fans know her best as the perennial love interest of Ridge Forrester. But behind the romantic entanglements lies a respected, licensed therapist. She's saved lives. She's helped countless characters find clarity, redemption, and peace. And now, Deacon Sharp is knocking on her door. At first, it's innocent enough. A man in crisis. A former convict trying to understand the wreckage of his relationship. A father who feels betrayed, alone, and unsure of his own judgment. Deacon isn't looking for love. He's looking for clarity. And Taylor, ever the professional, offers her expertise. But this is the Bold and the Beautiful. Nothing stays professional for long. As Deacon opens up, Taylor finds herself drawn to something unexpected: honesty. Deacon isn't polished like Ridge. He's not a manipulator like Bill. He's raw, straightforward, a man who has made countless mistakes, but owns every one of them. And in him, Taylor sees something she's been missing: vulnerability without ego, strength without arrogance. The chemistry sparks, and the conversations grow longer, more personal, more intimate. Thomas Forrester's meltdown and Taylor's blind spot. While Taylor explores this emotional connection with Deacon, her son Thomas is falling apart. The Ridge Brooke marriage was the last straw. Watching his father, yet again, choose Brooke over Taylor has reignited every childhood wound Thomas ever carried. He tried to play nice. He tried to support Ridge. But the rage has returned, and with it, the darkness. Thomas has a history of mental instability. He's hallucinated, manipulated, stalked, and obsessed. And now, he's unraveling again. Running wild across Los Angeles, he's lashing out at everyone, including Ridge's new wife. The attack on Brooke wasn't just a confrontation, it was a warning sign. And Taylor, she's too distracted to see it. She should be stepping in, pulling her son close, recognizing the dangerous patterns resurfacing. But she's not, because she's busy with Deacon, with heart-to-hearts and shared pain and quiet nights that stretch too long. Everyone around Thomas can see it, the crack in his mental armor widening. Hope Logan is worried. Ridge is torn. Even Steffi, from afar, senses the shift. But the one person who might actually get through to him, the one voice he might still hear, is silent because that voice is caught in something new. The rising romance, Deacon and Taylor cross the line. What begins as emotional support turns into something more. The late-night talks shift into glances. The casual dinners linger longer than they should. A moment of vulnerability becomes a kiss. And once that line is crossed, there's no going back. Deacon and Taylor begin an affair. Quiet, secretive, tender. It's not flashy or scandalous like Ridge and Brooke. It's something deeper. Two broken people trying to heal, finding solace in one another. But love doesn't come without consequences. For Deacon, it means burning every last bridge with Sheila Carter and possibly triggering a wave of retaliation he's not ready for. Sheila doesn't let go, and when she finds out about Taylor, she will strike, not with reason, with vengeance. For Taylor, it means further abandoning Thomas, who is now spiraling faster than ever. The world is watching as Thomas circles the drain, and whispers start to spread. Where is his mother? Why isn't she helping? Why is she with Deacon Sharp instead of her own son? And for Ridge, it means shock, confusion, and maybe even jealousy. Because while Ridge chose Brooke, again, the idea of Taylor with a man like Deacon stings. Badly, the city reacts. Whispers, judgments, and scandal when word gets out about Taylor and Deacon. Reactions explode across the B and B landscape. Hope is stunned. She's still trying to reconcile her feelings about her own father's life. And now he's involved with her fiance's ex-fiance's mother? It's twisted even by soap standards. She begs Deacon to reconsider, to keep the peace. But he's too far in. He tells her it's not about optics. It's about finally feeling understood. Brooke confronts Taylor, not out of jealousy, but concern. She knows how dangerous Sheila can be, and she's worried that Taylor, despite all her credentials, is getting in over her head. But Taylor insists she knows what she's doing. She always does. Ridge tries to remain neutral, but can't hide the discomfort. He says he's happy for her, but the crack in his voice betrays something more complicated. And Thomas? When he finds out, it's the breaking point. Thomas Forrester goes too far, abandoned by his mother, ignored by his father, watching the family crumble around him. Thomas stops trying to hold it together. He lashes out publicly. He confronts Deacon, threatens him, warns Taylor. His actions grow erratic, violent. One night, he shows up at El Giardino, drunk, furious. He demands to see Deacon. The confrontation turns physical. Chairs thrown, glass shattered, cops called, and suddenly, Thomas is in handcuffs again. Taylor rushes to the station, but it's too late. The damage is done. And now, the world sees Thomas not as a misunderstood artist, but a danger to himself and others. Child services raise red flags. Hope questions Douglas's safety. Ridge blames Taylor for not stepping in sooner. And Taylor, she sees it clearly now. She missed the signs. All of them. Because she was falling in love. The fallout? Can Deacon and Taylor survive? With Thomas institutionalized again, and public scrutiny mounting, Taylor and Deacon face the inevitable question. Was this worth it? Deacon stands by her, offers support, promises he didn't mean to pull her away from her son. But Taylor isn't sure. Her heart is split between the man who made her feel alive again, and the son who needed her most when she wasn't there. She starts to pull back, to focus on Thomas, to rebuild trust. And Deacon, he understands. Because maybe timing really is everything. Maybe love came too late. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, nothing ever ends for good. The spark remains. The connection lingers. And while they may walk away from each other now, the next storm could bring them right back together. Because healing doesn't happen in a straight line. And love, especially in this world, never dies quietly. Conclusion, a new chapter, a dangerous game. Deacon and Taylor are the unlikeliest of lovers. Drawn together by pain and pulled apart by responsibility. As Sheila's lies unravel, Thomas's mental health crumbles, and the Forresters brace for another round of scandal. These two may find that the only truth worth holding onto is the one they found in each other. But with Sheila lurking, Thomas raging, and the city watching, how long can that truth survive? Stay tuned. The storm is just getting started. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Hope's heart torn, Liam's shadow looms. And a new love triangle erupts. Hope Logan is facing a storm she didn't see coming, or perhaps, deep down, she always knew it was coming, but tried to outrun it. In the aftermath of the Spencer family upheaval, and with Luna Nozawa's scandal shaking the core of everything around her, Hope finds herself standing at a dangerous emotional crossroads. What was supposed to be a fresh start with Carter Walton now feels like an illusion, unraveling thread by thread, while Liam Spencer's presence haunts her heart like a ghost that refuses to fade. With the Luna situation dragging the Spencer family into the depths of emotional chaos. Paternity questions, secrets, disappearances, and a potential kidnapping. Hope's world is shifting beneath her feet. She watches as Will Spencer Jr. falls into a crisis, as Bill Spencer tightens his grip on Luna, as Sheila's name resurfaces like a curse from the past. And amid all this, something inside Hope cracks. She realizes the truth she's been trying to suppress for months. She never stopped loving Liam. And now, with her engagement to Carter looming, Her silence is about to explode into the biggest emotional detonation the bold and the beautiful has seen in years. Hope and Carter were never supposed to happen this fast. After the fallout with Thomas Forster and the years of heartbreak with Liam, Carter seemed like a calm harbor, dependable, loyal, strong. Everything Thomas wasn't, everything Liam couldn't be. He offered her peace, simplicity, and safety. But Carter has always been the man other women run to when their hearts are broken. Not the man they stay for once they start healing. And now Hope is realizing just how deep that pattern runs. Because no matter how good Carter is to her, her mind drifts to Liam when it's quiet. Her heart still aches when she hears his name. And in moments when she thinks about forever, it's not Carter she imagines. Meanwhile, Liam is anything but settled. Watching his family implode with Luna's pregnancy, the lies surrounding her alleged death, the twisted involvement of his father Bill, and the manipulations of Sheila Carter. Liam is emotionally drained, but nothing destabilizes him more than seeing Hope moving on with Carter. It eats at him, the idea that she might truly walk away this time, that she might actually build a life without him, has become an unbearable weight on his chest. He tries to focus on Will's crisis, tries to help his family, but Hope is the constant voice in his head. When they bump into each other, and they do, often the air shifts, the energy pulses, and neither of them can look the other in the eye for too long without something dangerous igniting. Hope begins questioning everything when she learns that Luna is pregnant and possibly being held against her will. She sees how quickly lives can be upended by lies and secrets, and it forces her to confront the lies she's been telling herself. Her conversations with Liam become more honest, more raw. She asks him how he truly feels, and he doesn't hold back. He tells her he never stopped loving her. He tells her he sees a future with her, still. And just like that, the walls Hope built begin to crumble. Carter starts to notice. He's not naive. He sees the shift in Hope's gaze, the way she zones out when he speaks, the way she avoids making wedding plans. He confronts her gently at first, asking if her heart is still divided. Hope tries to deny it, but her silence is answer enough. She tells him she doesn't know what she wants. She asks for time, and Carter, ever the gentleman, gives it to her. But deep down, he knows. He's seen this movie before. He was a bystander during the Ridgebrook-Taylor triangle. He watched Quinn destroy his heart. He won't stay for another round of heartbreak. Not again. What makes this even more complicated is that Liam, for all his passionate declarations, is still Liam, a man who can never quite stop waffling. One moment he's sure Hope is the love of his life. The next, he's being pulled into the emotional mess of the Spencer family. He has a child with Steffi, and a deep connection there that never fully disappeared. And if Steffi's return to Los Angeles coincides with this love triangle, the dominoes will fall hard. Because if Hope pulls away from Carter and leans toward Liam again, Steffi will fight for what's hers. History could repeat itself, but worse. Hope's situation mirrors the very dynamic she once judged her mother Brooke for, being caught between two men, breaking hearts in the process, and unknowingly creating emotional chaos for everyone around her. Ridge chose between Brooke and Taylor for decades. Now Hope is choosing between Liam and Carter, and dragging other couples into the fallout. If she breaks off her engagement to Carter, it sends ripples everywhere. It reopens her history with Liam, it destabilizes Steffi's world, and it shatters Carter's heart. Again, the Forresters and Logans begin to notice the tension. Brooke questions her daughter's motives. She asks if Hope is truly following her heart, or just running from discomfort. Donna urges her to be careful. Ridge watches Carter suffer and offers him quiet advice. Even Eric, recovering from his own health crisis, senses the storm brewing and warns that some heartbreaks leave permanent scars. But Hope is too deep in it now. She begins pulling away from Carter more openly. She cancels wedding plans. She stops wearing the ring. She tells him she needs space. And Carter, in a rare display of vulnerability, admits that he can't keep loving someone who doesn't love him back. He walks, quietly, gracefully, with his heart in pieces. Liam, seeing the space open between them, doesn't hesitate. He makes his move. He tells Hope he's ready to commit. No more indecision. No more bouncing between lives. He wants her. All of her. And, for a brief moment, it feels like they might finally get it right. But just as they begin to lean into the idea of reunion, everything explodes. Luna's situation escalates. Her pregnancy is confirmed. The truth about Bill's involvement in her disappearance comes to light. Sheila reemerges with a vengeance, furious that Deacon may be slipping from her grip due to Taylor's presence. And then, the ultimate shock, Luna's baby might not be Will's after all. A paternity twist could pull Liam even deeper into the chaos if he's revealed to have any connection. Hope watches the man she loves being swallowed by another family's drama again. She wonders if this is her future. Always waiting, always playing second, always watching Liam be Liam. And then Thomas Forrester re-enters the frame, watching from a distance, waiting. He knows Hope better than anyone. He knows her fears, her doubts, her indecision, and he knows that Liam will never give her the full heart she wants. Thomas makes his move quietly, methodically, not to manipulate, not this time, but to remind Hope that he's still there, that he always was. Now Hope stands in a new triangle. Liam, Carter, Thomas, the same emotional vortex her mother once lived in, the same vortex she swore she'd never repeat. But the cycle is back. A new generation, a new cast, but the same pain, the same longing, the same impossible choices. By the end of the week, the bold and the beautiful promises seismic shifts. Hope's decision will fracture Carter's world, destabilize Liam's relationships, and pull Thomas back into the narrative. Luna's pregnancy will continue to unravel the Spencer legacy. Sheila's lies will catch up with her, and Deacon's sudden closeness with Taylor will only complicate the tangled mess. Everything is about to break, and when it does, hearts won't just shatter, they'll explode.